What really happened on that cold November night in 2022 at the University of Idaho? 4 students brutally stabbed in their off-campus home. A quiet college town shattered by violence. The killer vanished without a trace, leaving behind chilling clues and a community gripped by fear. Who was Brian Christopher Kohberger, the man arrested months later? Was this a random attack or something far more sinister? Stay with us as we unravel the shocking events, the mysterious investigation, and the haunting aftermath. Don't blink, every detail matters, and missing this story means missing the truth behind one of the most disturbing crimes in recent history. University of Idaho murder case. In the early morning of November 13, 2022, a shocking crime took place near the University of Idaho in Moscow. 4 students were brutally stabbed to death in an off-campus house at 1122 King Road. The victims were Ethan Chapin, Kaylee Goncalves, Zana Kernodle, and Madison Mogen. The attack happened between 4:00 and 4:25 a.m. using a military-style bar knife. The crime stunned the small college town, which had not seen a murder since 2015. Brian Christopher Kohberger was arrested more than a month later, on December 30, in Pennsylvania. He faced charges including 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of felony burglary. Prosecutors initially sought the death penalty, but Kohberger pleaded guilty in July 2025 to avoid it. He was sentenced to 4 consecutive life sentences, without parole plus 10 years for burglary. This tragic event deeply affected the University of Idaho community and brought nationwide attention to the case. The motive behind the attack remains unknown, leaving many questions unanswered even today. Who were they? The 4 victims of the University of Idaho murders were all students at the university, each with their own dreams and futures ahead. Ethan Chapin was 20 years old, from Mount Vernon, Washington. He was a sophomore majoring in recreation, sport, and tourism management and a member of the Sigma Chi fraternity. Kaylee Goncalves, 21, came from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. She was a senior studying general studies and belonged to the Alpha Phi sorority. Zana Kernodle, 20, originally from Avondale, Arizona, later lived in Post Falls, Idaho. She was a junior majoring in marketing and was part of the Pi Beta Phi sorority. Madison Mogen, 21, also from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, was a senior marketing student and a Pi Beta Phi sorority member like Zina. All 4 were young, vibrant students who were part of the close-knit university community. Their deaths shocked the campus and the surrounding town, leaving families, friends, and classmates heartbroken and searching for answers. Their lives and stories remind us how tragic and personal this loss truly was. What happened at the off-campus house? On the night of November 12 into the early morning of November 13, 2022, 5 female roommates and Ethan Chapin were at a rented house off campus at 122 King Road, Moscow. Around 2 a.m., Chapin and Zina Kernodle returned from a party at the Sigma Chi fraternity. Meanwhile, Madison Mogen and Kaylee Goncalves had been out at a sports bar and food truck, arriving home just before 2 a.m. Between 20:26 and 20:52 a.m., Goncalves and Mogen's phones showed several unanswered calls to a former boyfriend. Investigators later found he was not involved in the crime. Around 4 a.m., Kernodle was awake, using TikTok, and had just received a food delivery. A surviving roommate on the 2nd floor heard noises on the 3rd floor and a male voice saying, "It's okay, I'm going to help you." At about 4:17 a.m., security cameras recorded crying, a thud, and a dog barking. The roommate saw a masked man dressed in black leaving the house through the kitchen. The 4 victims were found stabbed in their bedrooms on the 2nd and 3rd floors. The attack was violent and sudden, leaving the house stained with blood and the community shaken to its core. The surviving roommates' experience. 2 roommates survived the horrific attack that night. One was asleep on the 2nd floor when she was awakened by noises from the 3rd floor. At first, she thought it was Kaylee Goncalves and her dog, but soon heard a voice saying, "There's someone here." Investigators believe this might have been Zina Kernodle. The surviving roommate looked out but saw nothing at first. Then she heard crying and an unfamiliar male voice saying, "It's okay, I'm going to help you." Security cameras nearby captured sounds of whimpering, a loud thud, and a dog barking repeatedly around 4:17 a.m. When the roommate opened her door again, she saw a masked man dressed in black walking toward her, and then leaving through the kitchen sliding door. She froze in shock and locked herself in her room. Later, she found Zana Kernodle lying on the bedroom floor and thought she might have been intoxicated. The 2 surviving roommates locked themselves in a bedroom and spent hours trying to contact the others. Their bravery and quick thinking likely saved their lives, even as the tragedy unfolded around them. Their experience gives a rare and chilling glimpse into the night of the murders. Investigation and arrest of Bryan Kohberger. After the murders, the Moscow Police Department, supported by the Idaho State Police and FBI, launched a massive investigation involving nearly 130 officers. They collected thousands of tips, phone calls, and videos from the public. Investigators focused on evidence like DNA samples found at the scene, including on a leather knife sheath on Madison Mogen's bed. Police tracked a white Hyundai Elantra seen near the crime scene multiple times on the night of the murders. This led them to Bryan Christopher Kohberger, a 28-year-old PhD student at nearby Washington State University. Kohberger's phone data showed he was near the victims' home hours before and after the killings. Authorities monitored Kohberger's actions before arrest, noting he cleaned his car thoroughly and disposed of trash carefully. On December 30, 2022, an FBI SWAT team arrested Kohberger at his parents' home in Pennsylvania. They found a knife, a pistol, and a blackface mask in his possession. Kohberger was charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of felony burglary. His arrest brought a significant breakthrough in a case that had shaken the university and local community. Legal proceedings and plea deal. After his arrest, Bryan Christopher Kohberger was held without bond and extradited to Idaho. He faced 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of felony burglary. Initially, Kohberger remained silent during arraignment, and the court entered a not guilty plea on his behalf. Prosecutors sought the death penalty due to the severity of the crimes. The trial was scheduled to begin in Boise, with jury selection set for August 2025. However, on June 30, 2025, Kohberger agreed to a plea deal to avoid the death penalty. On July 2, 2025, he pleaded guilty to all charges against him. On July 23, 2025, the court sentenced Kohberger to 4 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole, plus an additional 10 years for burglary. He was also ordered to pay fines and restitution totaling $270,000. As part of the deal, Kohberger waived his right to future appeals, meaning he will spend the rest of his life in prison. This plea deal brought closure to the case, ending the long legal process, but leaving the community to heal from the tragedy, memorials, and impact on university. The University of Idaho and the local community were deeply affected by the tragic murders. On February 24, 2023, the university announced it had received the house where the killings occurred and decided to demolish it. The house was torn down in December 2023, almost a year after the attack. To honor the victims, the university created the Vandal Healing Garden on campus, which opened in 2024 as a place for reflection and healing. Scholarships were also established in the names of Jana Kernodle, Ethan Chapin, and Madison Mogen to support future students and keep their memories alive. At the 2023 spring commencement, the university awarded posthumous degrees to all 4 victims, acknowledging their achievements and potential. The tragedy left a lasting impact on the university community, reminding everyone of the importance of safety and support. The victims are remembered not only for their lives, but also for the changes their loss inspired in the campus community. What do you think motivated this brutal attack? Could justice ever truly heal the wounds left behind? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear your perspective. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a story that uncovers the hidden truths behind real-life mysteries. And be sure to tune in next time for our next gripping video. Was Sarah Grace Patrick crying for justice or hiding a dark secret? You won't want to miss it.